Hiya friends, Prepared Suburbanite back at you. Looking forward. Yep, I think we all need to be looking forward, and there's a couple of different ways to interpret that. And I've got some background and some detail that I want to share with you right after this. Looking forward means that we need to know where we are right now and what the future may be holding for us. The Producer Price Index was published, I think, yesterday, and it's telling us that the producer price increase is 10.8%. Now, the PPI is an indicator of what's to come. The CPI, or the Consumer Price Index, is a reflection of the way things were in the previous month. So the last CPI number we had was 8.6%, which is probably the highest we've had in 40 plus years, however. And I don't know, I think I figured out why it's only been 40 years. That, maybe something terrible happened 41 years ago that was even worse. No, it's really when they actually started tracking inflation. So they've only got data that goes back 40 years, which is why they always say it's as worse as it's been in the last 40 years. Anyway, the PPI at 10.8, while it has been trending downward just a little bit over the last couple of months, it's still outpacing the CPI by over 2%. Now, the producer price increase index is what the producers are spending to produce the products that you get. And it's being fueled by fuel. Gasoline, a lot of the other shortages and commodities and raw material prices that are all being impacted by short supply, by transportation costs rising, by wages, hourly costs, energy costs, all that. The producers are paying year over year 10.8% more this year than they did last year. With the CPI being at 8.6, we've got a 2% gap, a 2-point gap, which means that inflation ain't over yet, folks, because it's going to take a couple months, maybe 3, for the increased cost from the producer side to get to the consumer side. So you can expect that June's numbers are going to be even worse. That May's CPI number is going to be even worse than the 8.6. July could be even worse. August could be even worse. Even September could be even worse. So we're up against it right now. So inflation is on the rise. Retail sales, surprisingly enough, fell even following a couple of months of positive, but the article is on Yahoo Finance. It says U.S. retail sales unexpectedly drop in May as inflation weighs on spending. So they're talking about motor vehicle sales. Record gasoline prices have prompted households to cut back spending on other items, and that looks to be retail. That's like clothing and shoes and possibly even groceries, that kind of stuff. So the news ain't good for the future. It's pretty dire as you really try to eat all these things up. What it's telling me on a personal basis is now's the right time. We've only got a few days left, maybe a couple of weeks left before the supply crunch really starts hitting us. And I've heard that cotton is in very short supply. Feminine hygiene products that are made with cotton are becoming increasingly hard to find. That insulin, even for the type 1 diabetics, is getting in short supply, and that ain't good news. So now's the time to stock up on what you can find, what you're going to need, what your family normally eats. Get out there, buy the stuff that you need now, find a place to store it away, keep it safe, because I think we're going to need it come this fall. There is some encouraging signs as we look forward that the recent primary races in a number of different states are pointing to a true GOP takeover of the House, of the Senate, and that, I think, is an encouraging sign for all the economic woes, the inflationary woes, the foreign policy debacles that we're up against right now. I think that is a positive, going forward, looking forward sign that there will be a shift in political ideology come this November's midterm elections. And I'm really looking forward to it. And there's a challenge that I'll issue to the GOP incoming majorities in both the House and the Senate. Get your priorities straight first before you open your mouths. What do you want to do first? What do you want to do second? What's the third most important thing? You've got to think it through between now and then so that you've got a cohesive message, that you can bring folks together, that you can offer hope that there will be an improving economy, that inflation will be under control. It's a challenge to the incoming class. And by the way, I'm embarrassed to be a North Carolina citizen being represented in the Senate by my two senators, Burr and Tillis, because they voted for this compromise gun control nonsense to get it to the stage where they're going to write the details into the bill itself. But I suspect that both of these idiots will want to vote yes on this crazy thing that's about to hit us. I'll leave it at that, but it's kind of embarrassing to be a North Carolina resident right now. I did a couple of videos on our new mosquitoes, on our new EcoFlow Delta solar generator. So this week I'm in the process of purchasing all the components to get the solar panels. I got the solar panels, I got the bracket that you can use to mount the solar panels on. I got two 100 watt Renogy solar panels, but they don't really come with any attachment hardware or anything like that. They only got the little cables that come with the solar panel units itself. So because of where I want to put it and all that, I have to purchase some cable extenders, some things to tie the two panels together, some connectors and this and that, and even chipped in by the tool so that I can learn how to use the solar panel cabling tools and make sure I know how to do all that, because I do want to expand. I got two 100 watt panels now, and I'm going to pick up two more so that I've got about 400 watts all linked up together. And I'm not sure at this point, these kinds of things, electricity is one of the things that I've had some difficulty trying to wrap my head around, whether I need to wire these things in series or whether I need to wire them in parallel. But I'll do my homework, I'll get it right, and we'll get the solar panels up to charge the EcoFlow. It's going to be an uphill battle for me. Just by the way, I've got 2 accounting degrees. I've taken 2 semesters of college level calculus and analytic geometry, and I have yet to be able to figure out how to keep score in bowling. Looking forward, there are some negative signs, but there are some positive signs coming too. This is the Prepared Suburbanite, reminding you to be prepared always, and I'll see you all on the next video.